What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of GameSlean TV. This is GameSlean for April 3rd, 2014. Coming up tonight, we've got News of the Week, and then later on we're going to be talking about Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, and Rambo. So let's get going. First up, it's the news.
It looks as though Alien Isolation will launch October 7th, 2014. Developer Creative Assembly says the game will be closely tied to the first film, Alien, rather than the 1986 sequel. Creative lead Alistair Hope stated the reaction we've seen so far has been simply incredible. From the screams and shrieks to the cold sweats and racing hearts. It's the Alien game we've always wanted to play, and we can't wait for everyone to get their hands on it this fall. Alien Isolation will be released on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC.
So yeah, I mean, actually this one looks better than that other one that they released that was a complete flop that Gearbox botched after they said was going to be awesome. This one looks good.
I haven't played the other Aliens game, but I have heard it's okay. It's just like a stock shooter, though.
It was awesome.
The last Aliens game I played was like that one that was on Steam. That was the last Aliens game I played. I don't even remember the name.
Maybe more specific than that.
Oh yeah, there was a recent one I remember. I forget the name too.
Well, there was.
I just like the fact that
Colonial
it's based
Marines.
on the first game. It's and the fact it's gonna be more of a survival horror. That's what I like.
Finally, I get to play as Ripley, right?
No, you play as Ripley's daughter.
What the hell is that shit?
You play as her dead daughter.
Ripley's long lost daughter. Yeah.
When she was in cryostasis for 60 years, her daughter died, and this is the untold story.
Great.
Somebody was telling me too. I think the cool thing about this one is that now when you bring the motion tracker up, it blurs everything like in the background.
I saw an interview with that.
So it's like
you
more
have
realistic. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen much of the game, but it looks cool. But so did Colonial Marines and
wait, Colonial Marines was debatably okay though. I just heard with diehard Alien fans and like if you were looking for an awesome game, it was a letdown. But I have heard from a lot of people, like my brother, that the game was actually kind of fun as long as it's like a crappy game, but it's kind of fun too.
That's what I've been saying this entire time.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know.
No, the AI had problems. Definitely.
I want like an actual like quality like good game though out of this franchise.
In other news, Amazon unveiled the Fire TV, a streaming media device that also allows users to play video games. Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Go are just some of the services available now, with many more to come. As far as video games, users can expect to see titles from EA, Ubisoft, and Disney, with Minecraft and The Walking Dead as confirmed titles so far. The average game costs $1.85, and users can also purchase the Fire game controller for $39.99. Amazon's Fire TV is available now with a price tag of $99.
So they announced this week.
Just Apple TV.
Yeah,
except
it's
Amazon.
a regular media device, like now you have like Apple, and then this. But it seems like the fact that you can add gaming, it seems like that's the way things are gonna go. Like, and even with like the Xbox One, it seems like a media device rather than a set video game console.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the way the future of things. Nothing is gonna be strictly.
So
on
wait,
video
you can
games.
play Minecraft on this thing. You can play Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I know there's another more confirmed titles to be.
Yeah, I mean, what are these like? Are these games like specifically like geared towards this device? So like obviously those are
actually Minecraft is Minecraft Pocket Edition from what it looks like. So that's like half.
So it's like a lesser version of
Minecraft Schlepp Edition.
Yeah.
So basically, with this device, you can stream movies, you can stream television,
Yeah.
you can play point and click adventures, and that's it.
And watch TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I like point and click
cool.
adventures, but
I will say this: the possibility of me buying this is slightly higher than zero because you can stream your Amazon
Slightly
Prime
higher.
stuff, and I am a member of Prime, so if I want to watch my Star Trek Next Gen, I can do it with this.
You can do that with Apple TV. You can do that with Apple TV.
No, dude.
Wow.
This sounds like a
Do
debate.
you have
I'm
Amazon
talking
Prime?
nonsense.
oh,
Amazon Prime or Netflix?
we're gonna have to do a whole other episode on this. Why?
And last but certainly not least, former Vice President of Microsoft Studios, Phil Spencer is the new head of the Xbox division. In a statement, Spencer said, "I will now be leading the Xbox, Xbox Live, and creative teams, including Xbox Music, Xbox Videos, and Microsoft Studios, as we deliver the next generation of games and entertainment. Spencer did allude to some big things in store for the company, stating there is much more as we head into E3, but we are at the beginning of an incredible new chapter for Xbox.
So they named this guy as the new head. I thought this guy was actually a different guy. I don't know. When I saw the picture
wait a second. Chris, I thought that Phil Spector was in prison. He got out?
This is his
different guy.
This is his third cousin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know.
He produced the best Ramones album, right?
No, actually, he did not. I think Tony Ramone hated that album.
What?
Yeah.
That album's awesome. It's a great pop masterpiece.
Well, that's what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
Well, anyways, it sounds like this guy's going to step up. He's going to take over where our friend Mr. Matrick left off after he took off to Zynga there. But yeah, the thing I heard about this guy though is that a lot of these executive types like to say, "Oh yeah, I play games," but this guy apparently actually is a gamer. So this could be good news for Xbox guys.
See, hopefully
everybody's a gamer now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I play Minecraft and Call of Duty.
I think that's what I like about PlayStation better than Xbox is that things are more story focused, and I hope that Xbox can kind of go into that direction as well. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Another head honcho at a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I don't give a. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna. I just don't see whenever these owners change. I just don't think it really, in the grand scheme of things, I don't see anything really.
I don't see how it makes news.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing
It's
different ever comes out. It's just whatever.
Yeah, it's like this guy is running the show now.
I don't know. We'll see.
Same stuff, different face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's still a corporate goon in a suit. It doesn't really
But yeah, that whole
cares.
the whole video game thing, with who doesn't play games. I mean, I don't know. Even if he is like a real gamer, I don't think that's going to impact on the titles.
You don't think Reggie
through.
from Nintendo plays video games?
Yeah. That guy.
He might be the
What was
exception.
that thing? I think he had over 100 hours in Dragon's Quest or something, and he's holds up his DS in front of people to show. It's I play games. Really, he had a huge save on his Dragon's Quest game.
I don't know how those games were awful.
Yeah.
What? Come on now.
So
I couldn't even finish 11.
That's the
11
thing. We'll
was
see.
bad.
So best of luck to Mr. Spencer here. The Xbox team definitely has their work cut out for him because Sony has brought the heat. Review time. Let's talk about Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
For the 3DS on my special edition gold-plated Zelda: A Link Between Worlds 3DS XL.
Was that what you came back to that box?
That's
No,
impressive,
seriously
Jeff.
though, this
Very
game is awesome. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for Super Nintendo is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Legend of Zelda game out of the entire series. Most people will say Ocarina nowadays. I think Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past was a superior game.
Majora's Mask, best one.
Majora's Mask is awesome, but it's
This is different.
Yeah.
Different playing field.
Yeah.
It's all right, if you like all the Super Nintendo games, the NES games, the Game Boy, Oracle of Seasons, Ages, Link to the Past, this game is
Yeah, don't mention Link's Awakening. That was the worst one.
Link's Awakening rules.
So what you're saying is this Zelda for the 3DS looks exactly like and plays exactly like every other Zelda game that's ever been made for a portable system.
Actually,
except
no.
it's got a 3DS paint
actually-
job.
It's got a new
I
look.
would never have guessed.
No, it actually has.
Every Zelda's the same. It's just got a new paint job on it.
Yeah,
They're all
whatever.
exactly the same,
No,
except
this-
for Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is good. The problem with Majora's Mask is there's only 3 dungeons. So that's
There's
what
so
really-
many masks.
Yeah, I guess most
The
of them
only
don't
one
do
that's different.
anything.
They're all exactly the same.
Nah, that's.
That being said, I love
completely
Zelda.
wrong.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it's awesome though. I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because I really like the Super Nintendo game, but this game did everything that did, but better. I mean, obviously the graphics have a similar look, except being in 3D. But the colors were perfect. The soundtrack, again, they took it and they updated it, which makes sense because, I mean, one's part of the same franchise anyways, but this one's a direct sequel, and I was psyched when they announced that. So this one, does everything that A Link to the Past does, except with an updated coat of paint. Obviously, it is a different game though, with new dungeons and new characters, new enemies, but it still has that familiar look because it's years after the original one took place.
Because it's
one
the
thing
same
I
game.
Tom, do you
With the
not like Zelda?
I love Zelda, but it's all like Zeldas are all very similar to each other.
He's a Sega kid.
Please. Well, yeah, I mean, all the Zeldas are similar, but I mean, they all do something different. And that's the thing, though.
They each have their own charm.
They're all solid, yes. In fact, each do have their own charm. But this game's awesome, though. What I really liked about is the different things they've actually done with this series. For one thing, you don't have to do every dungeon in a specific order. You can kind of, you know, like all the other games since Link to the Past, actually, you get your 3 like beginner dungeons, which you can tackle in any order, and then like the real story kicks in, and then you'll have like 7 or 8 dungeons you go through. And same thing, you can tackle them in any order. One of the reasons being is you don't get items specifically out of dungeons. You actually rent them from a character that you meet like right in the beginning.
And you can pretty much get like all the items right away.
Yeah.
Like right when you start, you pretty much have access to all the items. You just have to buy them. You like rent them. You can like choose to keep them.
Yeah, you can rent them and eventually buy them. And it's cool because they don't design all these puzzles specifically around an item. They had to be more creative with the puzzle design, and it was awesome. You know, a lot of them had you scratching your head for a bit, but nothing that was like so insanely difficult where I was stuck on it for days and having to look up like a game facts or anything like that. Really, I can't say anything really bad about the game. I guess the worst thing I'd have to say is the length. You know, like 14, 15 hours, took me a few days to play through, which is on par with what a lot of the Zelda games are, except for some of the newer like full 3D ones. But I didn't feel like there was any filler in this game. Like every bit I enjoyed, and so when I finished it, I did want like to play more. But you know, I guess I'd rather them sacrifice long gameplay time for like constant like interesting gameplay. The soundtrack in this game, that again, that's another thing that really carried over from Link to the Past. One of my favorite themes from the Zelda series, the Dark World theme. They have an updated version of that. Yeah. Yeah. And it's awesome. It sounds really awesome in this game. So if you're a fan of the soundtrack, specifically from the Super Nintendo game Link to the Past, I mean, you're going to love this because they took everything and updated it with higher quality sound.
But speaking of the Dark World theme, Smooth McGroove on YouTube did an excellent, which you showed me, did an excellent cover of that.
He did. Shout out to Smooth McGroove.
Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. But anyways, continue.
Oh, but it really bogs down to if you like Zelda at all, and if you really like A Link to the Past,
highly recommended.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this game did everything right that I wanted to see in a Zelda game. And I've liked pretty much every Zelda game done by Nintendo, not the Philips CDI games, obviously. And
those are the best.
Yeah, right. I will say this though, I went back to the Super Nintendo one the most, and I played Ocarina a bunch too, but a lot of the later ones, and I liked Skyward Sword, I liked Twilight Princess, but there's so much, I felt like there was a lot of filler content where before you could get to the next dungeon or the next like big part of the game, you had to do all these like collection quests, and it was fun, but it kind of burns you out. Where this one, it starts, you get your intro, you get your sword, and then you're just off, and you're just going through dungeons, solving puzzles, you know, killing enemies, fighting bosses, collecting hearts. Yeah, it was great. Steven?
I mean, you said it. The game is awesome. It's a solid sequel, and
I look forward to playing more. I mean, with that said, I'll keep it short because I think I just kind of said everything I could say about this game.
I didn't even let anybody else talk.
What do you guys have to say about this game?
So how does this game compare to Minish Cap?
Oh, it's way better than Minish Cap.
No.
Minish Cap was fun, but after I played that game, I just was kind of like, that was it. For this game, like, it really drew me in.
No, because you liked, I know you think, I heard you say that Link to the Past was your favorite Zelda game. Was this, and this is obviously a direct sequel, is this your second favorite, would you say?
This actually might be my new favorite.
Even better than Link to the Past?
Well, yeah, because this does everything that I loved about Link to the Past, but, you know, just with a newer generation update. Yeah. And nothing's dumbed down in this game. You know, it's the same difficulty. The exploring state, because the overworld looks very similar, but there's a lot. But it's not.
Looking at the map, and
it's not copy and pasted. There's lots of new stuff in there, and it makes sense. I didn't want them to change the overworld because if it's a direct sequel, like it wouldn't make sense to have a completely different overworld. So they did the necessary updates to, even though a lot of it looks the same. When you really dig down and explore a lot of the areas, it's just it's new, just with a familiar look.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's everything about this game was awesome. With that being
Zelda.
said, I think Zelda: A Link Between Worlds is a must play or must buy.
So that's the verdict.
Ditto.
Oh,
Let's
definitely.
put up the, there it is.
If you enjoy just a solid fantasy adventure, and especially if you already have a 3DS, I mean, this game is, without a doubt, you have to play it.
If you feel like just hanging out in Hyrule, yeah, like Jeff said.
There you go. You want to hang out in high rule or low rule, play it.
Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, bow. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, bow. Bum, ba-da, bum, bow.
There you go, Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Okay, Rambo, the video game.
Ain't your first blood, not me.
There it is. Remember when we saw the trailer for this thing?
Yeah, it
Last
looks
year?
freaking
Season
awful.
one?
It looks awful.
Yeah,
I didn't want
it's
to
out-
touch it.
Yeah, well, it's out now, and I played it. Let's go. Let's go. Where's the gameplay footage? Damn.
Well, this is what happens when you have an
This
Eastern,
game looks like
an
the
Eastern
biggest piece
European
of-
company.
Look, there it is.
Why are we
Look at
playing
this
the Rambo movies on our show, guys? Oh, wait, that's the game? Nice.
Check this out. So what they've done here, okay, this game, Rambo, the video game, there have been Rambo games in the past. There was an NES game, and were there any
There was
others?
a Genesis game.
Yeah,
Rambo
oh yeah,
game.
there's a crazy Genesis one. We got to play that at some point and actually beat it.
And now what they've done is they've created a Rambo on-rail shooter with QTE elements.
This is it. There you go. So this
Finally, my
follows,
prayers have been answered.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
follows the storylines of all three movies, Rambo 1, 2, and 3. Well, actually, no.
Loosely, wait, loosely follow. Like, I don't remember the part in the movie where Rambo kills thousands of police officers.
Yeah,
I
that's.
do.
I'll get to that. Hopefully, the footage will show us that. But there's a certain thing you got to do during that part.
I
And I forgot there's a fourth movie that I'm forgetting. I actually just saw it too. So
Rambo.
yeah, it actually wasn't that bad. But yeah, this is only the first three: Rambo 1, 2, and 3, and they've turned it like Tom mentioned. They turned it into a rail shooter. So you have no control over where you're going. This game just railroads you into right in front of the enemies, and then you gotta shoot them because that's what Rambo does, right?
It's actually not. It's actually not.
I know.
It's
I know.
actually
We're just
not
talking
what
about
Rambo
how like
does in the first
graphics
movie.
are like graphics are and everything. But this game just looks dated in a bad way.
It does a little bit. I mean,
know.
the,
Yeah, a
gra-
little.
the graphics aren't terrible, but they're also not the best.
What do you expect from an arcade cabinet?
Having said that, though, the one thing I can say about the gameplay is solid. So you've got, as you can see here, the game is just moving you around and you got to aim. But, there's parts where you have an opportunity to jump in a cover and that works. You get the reload mechanic where it's it's kind of like the Gears of War, the quick reload type of thing where if you hit the button at the right time, it'll give you a bonus or whatever. So they rip that off and they use that here. There's other stuff like this. There'll be a cinematic type of thing. There's also QTEs in this game. Here's some right here, actually. So if you're playing this on the harder difficulty and you screw this up, it's game over. Like, you got to do this over.
Die.
Like, that's it. You got to restart the whole thing and you lose a life. So especially this section right here when you're escaping from the police department or the police office, like, this goes on for like a few minutes, and if you mess one up at the end, you got to do the whole thing over again. So I think on the easier difficulty, it's a little bit more forgiving. But yeah, if you
Like
screw
being
that
a
up,
POW.
that's a pain in the ass. So yeah, here we go. When you're fighting the police officers or whatever, you're supposed to, as opposed to the other enemies in the other parts of the game, you're supposed to just shoot them. Oh, this isn't that part, but you're supposed to shoot the officers in the leg, or you're just supposed to disable them. If you kill them, I think it does something, like you lose points or it takes ammo away or it does something, I forget. It's been a while since I played it. But yeah, in all the other stages, you just headshot guys and you just take them out. So, like I said, the gameplay is solid. The graphics, whatever. It's not the sharpest one out there, but it's not the worst also. I can't say, I played this on PC, so I don't know if the console versions don't look that great, but PC was good. The game is actually extremely short. I think you can get through each movie is separated into chapters, but you can get through this in 5 or 6 hours tops. And I played it on Green Beret, which is the highest difficulty that's unlocked at the beginning. I can't even remember if they unlock another one, but yeah, here's the rage mode right here where it's showing. We were talking about this before, right? So if you build up your rage bar, you can go in a rage mode where it's just like, ooh, and it slows everything down, and you just mow everybody away while it's in slow mo. So that's cool. About the difficulty again, it got tough right at the end. It's mostly, it's not a breeze, but it doesn't get hard until it really end. But I did get stuck at the end.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, how's the AI? Because it looks like the enemies just kind of roll in, and you just have to take them out.
Yeah, pretty much. There's other ones where, like, at certain stages they'll hide behind stuff, and like you can get hit with like TNT or grenades or something. But yeah, for the most part, they're just kind of out in the open. The only tricky part is if they're like hiding behind something, and you got to wait for them to pop up. But yeah, for the most part, it's nothing. It's nothing too complicated from the AI. What I was saying about the difficulty, though, is like, yeah, there's just a huge difficulty spike at the end. But this game does have skill points and perks. So as you go, you unlock certain things you can do, like you can get extended ammo clips, and you can have like a perk that changes your reload time, so it makes it easier to hit that perfect reload. The other thing I noticed too, so yeah, I was able to use all that stuff at the end of the game and actually get through it, even though I do it a whole bunch of times. It was a pain in the ass. It had some bugs. I can say it was, especially I'll say it again. All this stuff happened at the end, but it started crashing on me big time. I think there was a big bug at the end, and it was just like I would do a thing and I would do something that would lock up around the same point every time, and just tons of enemies on the screen. There's tanks involved, helicopters, all this stuff. I want to mention, so that's a problem if you're playing on PC. I don't know if they were able to kill the bugs a little bit better on the console version, but this right here, the helicopter, there's a couple of these spread throughout the game, and this is actually one of the best parts, because you just roll the helicopter and just blow the shit out of everything. This is awesome. This is probably the best part of the game. The helicopter part kicked ass, dude. Like, look at this. You just light up the entire camp with this shit. So, honestly, there's not a whole lot more I can say about this. Again, it follows the plot from the movies. Eventually, I think after this part, I think you land the helicopter, and then you have to there's an escort mission, so you have to protect the POWs and get them to the chopper. But
that's the wrong franchise.
Whatever. So. Yeah,
here's
it right here where the guy shoot him in the leg. Right. These are the police officers. So that was the only different part. You're not supposed to shoot those guys and kill them. This was cool. Here we go.
So you're not supposed to kill Sheriff Will Teasel.
No.
He's a Korean War veteran,
Brian Dennehy?
This part was cool.
Brian
This is from the movie, right? Where you just shoot the hell out of the police department.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to. But the game very loosely follows the events of the movie.
Yeah. But this is still cool, and it interrupts you. I don't remember if this is exactly what happened.
I don't remember a shootout in the streets happening in First Blood.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's not.
I think it's from Heat.
Oh, okay.
so they stop you, right? So it interrupts you, and they come and try and prevent you. But then it just cuts backwards, like, oh yeah, shoot it up some more. So that you just light up the police station and get the sheriff's attention because he's up on the roof.
I'm pretty sure what happened in the movie is you shoot the police station. The sheriff falls through the ceiling, then you start crying, and then you get arrested.
All right. Well, this just kind of ends after you get to that part. You shoot up the police station, and after you do enough damage, I think you go inside, but I don't remember. It's been at least a month since I played this. I don't know what the hell was going on with this game.
Is there a crying mission?
No, there's not. It ends before that happens. I remember that.
So it doesn't
for sure.
play that song that they play at the end of First Blood like that? Tom, you must know how the song goes, right?
Let's see if it'll show it. I don't know.
Then you First Blood, not me.
I think the end of this mission is just he books it into the police station, or I think it might just end out in the street because there's some army trucks that are going to come in here. Yeah, see, it just cuts. So this is where you got to, I think you got to pick up the POWs here. And
does it play that,
Chris?
Does it play that sneaking around music?
No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, that's actually a good thing. There is a stealth mission. I think there's actually several stealth missions where, I actually played it. It gives you the option. You can go in and it gives you straight up. There's an icon that says "Going guns blazing" or use stealth. I chose to do the stealth to try and mix it up. So you sneak up and there's a QT where you just kind of knife the guy or you choke him out or whatever.
No, you forgot.
Yeah, exactly. And then
boom.
There's another one where you actually plant bombs on fuel tanks and trucks and stuff. So when you get to the end of that level, if you did the QTs correctly, the bombs got armed, and then the whole level explodes, and then you sneak into the base. So I'll be honest. I mean, this game got some hate from what I remember. And this is I was it's a piece of shit. Whatever. It's a licensed property. The funny thing is, and I mentioned this to you guys before, they for Rambo's dialogue, they just lifted Stallone's voice from the movie, but it is a license, so that's they did the best they could. So let's wrap this up here. Let's put up the scorecard. There's not a whole lot more I can say about this. It was good. I mean, to be honest, like I said, it got some hate, but it was a solid game. I didn't have that many problems with it. It was fun. So the verdict I'm going to render on this though is only for the toughest Rambo fans. So only if you're Keith Apicary or like Keith Apicary can you play this. I'm not going to suggest this to everybody. So if you're the Rambo super fan, definitely grab it, check it out. It's a solid rail shooter. But otherwise,
Get your gun con ready.
Yeah. Otherwise, probably not worth your time.
I'd rather be a POW than play this piece of crap game.
All right. So there you go, guys. That's Rambo the video game. Okay, that is it for this episode of GameSlean. Guys, check out our website at GameSlean TV. Follow us on Twitter at GameSlean. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next week, we are at PAX. So if you're going to PAX, say hi. Anything else?
May the odds ever be in your favor.
Oh my god.
That, I have a Twitter account, so if whoever random people want to follow me on there.
Nobody's gonna follow you. Who are you kidding?
Shut up. Who do you think you are? Come on. Who do you think you are?
Guys, thanks for joining us.
Chandram.
Keep playing, and we'll see you next time on GameSlean.
Gonna get you that TV performance.
Josh told you not to do that.